Hi, this is Gail, and today I want to share a devotion written by Marika Martin, who is our Hungarian translator and lives in Serbia, and she does an excellent job with English. And so her devotion today is called Sowing Seeds of Truth. We all know that it takes time for a planted seed to sprout and to grow, to become a plant, and to bear fruit. And yet we often forget about this principle when it comes to spiritual seeds that produce results in our lives. As Christians, we should be sowing seeds of truth around us wherever we are, whenever we can. And we should patiently wait, though. We shouldn't assume that everything will happen all at once. Sometimes we do see immediate results, but sometimes we share a truth with someone and another believer needs to water it before it sprouts. And another believer will actually be able to harvest that seed, reap the harvest of salvation. We're called to be God's co-workers in 1 Corinthians 3, 6 through 9. God is the one, however, who gives growth, but we have to play our part. There are several ways we can sow truth. First, we can share the gospel with unbelievers with simply giving them a tract. Mark 16:15 is a good verse to reference this. We can also encourage a Christian friend with a relevant Bible verse. 1 Thessalonians 5:11 is another scripture that might apply to this. We can encourage a non-Christian with a Bible verse as well if it fits a conversation. We can also share a truth about God on our social media platform. If we're on Facebook or we're on Pinterest, let's share godly Christian things. You know, Bible Love Notes has a page. It's actually 3 pages on Facebook and a big page on Pinterest. Share things from those pages and from other Christian pages to encourage your friends and to encourage others on Pinterest in the right ways. Also, we can use every opportunity that we have. And Ephesians 5:15 through 16 says this. It says, make the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. So we really need to make sure that we're planting seeds and we're watering seeds that are previously planted, even if we don't see the full gospel blossoming in someone's life. It's interesting, if you read the book Tactics by George Curl, he says that sometimes we need to put a stone in someone's shoe. Now that sounds kind of ironic, but listen to how he explains it. I want to put a stone in someone's shoe. All I have to do is give them something worth thinking about. I want them to hobble away on a nugget of truth that annoys them in a good way, something that that person can simply ignore, can't simply ignore, can't simply ignore because it continues to poke at them. That is a good way to share the gospel, sometimes even just with a question or a word or just a thought that will make somebody start thinking about spiritual things. We never know which seed will grow that we work on, that we share, that we help plant or water, but we know that that's part of our purpose in life. We have nothing to lose by sowing the seeds of truth, but those who hear have everything to gain.